What's going on, everyone? My name is Jesse. This is the Auditorium. I react to video game music for the first time as a musician myself, and today is the return after many moons. Ragnarok Online. I don't even remember the last time I heard it, but I think it was two or 3 years ago. We're listening to Dreamer's Dream, and we have Lee, but you don't have, for the channel Ant, requested by Snoopjack. Thank you very much. I don't remember what this game sounded like. I do remember the logo. So this is definitely not a debut. I don't know how many songs I've heard, but at least I've heard one. The only thing I think I know about this game is that it has a bit of a cult following, or was extremely popular, or is something like that. One of those. This is Dreamer's Dream. Don't know the composer or anything. Let's go. God, it sounds immediately like 1997 or something. Sounds like the intro scene in Blade. Oh, dude, this sounds like extremely like Euro hard house or something from the 90s. Does anyone remember the Thunderdome albums? Oh my gosh, this sounds like so many things of my childhood. It sounds like the kind of albums my brother would play on cassette. After the two songs, I'm gonna look up what Ragnarok Online is. For now, I'm just gonna live in the 90s. Oh, you know who it's actually reminding me of? The Prodigy. This sounds like a Prodigy. Ragnarok. It sounds clean. It was uploaded in 2016. It still sounds good. Sounds good modern. The drum fading in from zero. This reminds me of a song called Warrior's Dance. Warrior's Dance from the Party. Dude. This is a time capsule. This is straight club music. It's almost over. How is this gonna end? That had so many, I don't even know if tropes is the right word, but it just had so many patterns I've heard in that decade. I don't know when this was released. I'm gonna find out after the next song, but it just sounded so like 97 through like 99. Maybe not even 99, maybe like 97, 98. Like just that very specific sound. And the reason I'm thinking that is because, speaking of cassette, I remember specifically this like core memory I have shortly after the original Mortal Kombat movie, which obviously kind of kicked off even more of that sound with Techno Syndrome. Is I remember buying a cassette. I think it was from Blockbuster that I bought it from. I could be wrong about that actually, but I bought a cassette of like Mortal Kombat songs. It wasn't the movie soundtrack, but it was like I don't even know what it was. I don't know. Maybe I'll. If someone knows what I'm talking about, it was like it was in that era though. But I think I bought it around that time. Anyways, this was like really really popular, like peak mid '90s sound to me. I remember my brother used to have this collection, if that's the right word, of Thunderdome albums, which I think I could be wrong, but I think they were like hard house and trance and techno albums from Europe. I don't know where exactly. Maybe Germany. I could be totally off on this. And even if you want to get even more 90s about it, he bought them at Warehouse Music. Not Tower Records. I remember specifically it was Warehouse Music. Damn. Anyways, so yeah, when I hear this stuff, I think of like just that era of stuff. I don't even know what the hell that was about, but it was cool. It sounded kind of like a racing game, but I'm pretty sure this is not. And it really reminded me of the Prodigy's song called Warrior's Dance. Really cool song with a really nice intro, but then when it starts to kick off, it has a pretty similar structure. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next one. Maybe I can get an idea. By the sounds of online, I feel like this is more of a multiplayer game. So maybe it isn't 97, 98, because I don't think that was really a thing back then. I mean, it probably was some games, but I don't know. I was too young. This is a weird title. We have Lee, but you don't have. Ragnarok Online. Crazy song title. Whoa. I'm not gonna lie. It actually reminded me of Ape Escape a little bit. If you know, you know. Whoa. Ragnarok Online, huh? Some variety. Sick percussion. Ooh. I think I prefer this one over the vocal one, but did they get like known DJs for this soundtrack? It doesn't say the composers on this. Oh, I thought it was over. Ooh, I like this. Nice and dreamy. Someone even say trance-like. Alright, I have 30 seconds. Let's look up what this game is about. I like this. Alright, I'll read it a second. We have Lee, but you don't have. What? Is that a mistranslation? Okay, well, that was totally different. Way different vibe. First one sounded more like, well, I don't even know, but it sounded more of like a main theme. And this one just sounded, if I had to guess, a stage. But that's just really a shot in the dark. Ragnarok Online. It's an MMO from Korea. Created by Gravity. It's from 2002. I was way off. The game has spawned an animated series, Ragnarok the Animation, and a sequel game, Ragnarok Online 2 Legend of the Second. The player's characters exist in a world with a player environment that includes NPCs that can be interacted with and creatures spawning in maps that need to be defeated to level up and to acquire items. This is just straight up MMO. That's it. Yeah, 2002. Gameplay is heavily based around Norse mythology. Well, considering it's called Ragnarok, I could see that. The major type of server-supported gameplay are PvE, guild versus guild, PvP. So it just looks like a combat MMO. I don't know. I've never to this day played an MMO, so I don't even know what the purpose is. I'm just gonna sound like a noob if I keep saying stuff. Players can sign up for quests and submit them for rewards, as well as access storage on teleport services for a small fee. Is this game still going? Hold on. I don't even know if I can find that. Free to play MMORPG. It's on Steam. Wait, can you still play this? That's kind of wild. Wait, is that wild though? I feel like that's not uncommon in MMOs. Okay, help me understand. I've done a few MMOs here. I don't know them by name. I know 14 is one of them. And World of Warcraft. Probably some other ones too. I'm noticing a pattern here. Korea. I don't know if that's where they first came from or if that's just who happens to make the most of them. But I'm also noticing a thing with longevity. I don't know if that was like a business model or truly for the players. Because something about these games scream like go as long as possible. And it's just constant. It's like a forever game kind of thing. For example, I know Final Fantasy 11 is still going, and some people prefer that game. And they've met, people, friends, significant others, blah, blah, blah. I've never experienced that side of the video game world. It sounds really, I don't know what the word is. I don't know if enticing is the right word, but it's a curious thing, right? Growing up with video games, but there's different types of gamers and different types of genres, right? But the MMO world seems always like almost intimidating, but very curious to like how it functions and what's the appeal. I'm sure there's many appeals. The older I get, I can kind of see, like right now, I can see myself as someone who's extremely busy all the damn time. I could see myself playing a game for 1 to 2 hours a day, whatever, where I just do whatever the hell I want. That sounds really appealing to me now. Maybe not so much in my teens or even 20s. I would say maybe that sounds, I don't want to say lame, but I would say like, okay, what's the point, Like what is an end? Assuming, like talking as if games should have an end. So maybe I don't understand, but I think I'm starting to understand. I've had so many fans from around the world, not of me, but of 14, 11, and they just tell me their stories, long stories of their comments with their history. And I feel like this is going to be another one. I'm going to have to look at the comments the first time I did Ragnarok Online, but I have a feeling that this also had, let me just check actually. Let me just see. I didn't check this beforehand. I want to see what song I did, when I did it, and how much reception I had. This was, I can't spell Ragnarok apparently. So the first time I heard Ragnarok Online, I've only heard it once. Oh my gosh, I heard that in 2022, 3 years. Oh, it was one of those videos where I did with a friend. Those videos are so rare. I only did like 2 of those videos. That was Can't Go Home Again, Baby. Does it say how many comments this has? Hold on, I'm checking the analytics. 6,000 views. I don't know if it has, it has a lot of comments though. I'm gonna have to read through those again. Let's see what the top comment is. Let's see top comment for that video. God, this brings back so many memories of my time in Ragnarok, fighting the MVP monsters and just having a grand old time. Man, it's such a memory lane trip here. Thank you so much for this. Damn, that was 3 years ago. I wonder if these viewers are still here. The studio that composed this one is called Sound Temp. Oh, that's the song. This is so weirdly full circle for me. I found your channel when you started reacting to 14 stuff, and it's my main online game nowadays, but Ragnarok was my childhood obsession. First MMO ever, and I'm still best friends with a lot of people I met through it back in the early 2000s. The soundtrack is full of bangers and probably the most diverse OST I can think of for anything after 14 itself. I'd love to see more Ragnarok online reaction channel at some point. I might even dig up a couple bucks just to suggest to myself. Well, that was 3 years ago. I'm sorry, but here we are. Yeah, see, I'm gonna have to read through this, but that's awesome. That's really cool. Yeah, I don't know the MMO world, but you know, I've been listening to MMO music for 4 years now. God, I hate saying that out loud. It's just so bizarre. Anyways, that was really cool. I really enjoyed the second one quite a bit, but I feel like they're totally different. Like they play in completely different areas. I can't even guess where they would play. But yeah, let me know more about this game, about these songs, and your memories with Ragnarok Online. Or what? Do you still play it? Did you move on to something else? Are you a 14 fan? No. Cool. Thank you to Snoop Jack for the request, and to everyone you see on screen. I could not be here without them. They support me and keep the lights on. My name is Jesse in the auditorium. Peace.